salute to the American Indians, Montauk Indians.
Oh, that's
right. It's politically correct, and it's a hard.
So Montauk is a tribe, and it's also the place at the end of Long Island, there, right?
Right, where Teddy Roosevelt went to quarantine after he went into Cuba with the Rough Riders.
Holy cows! But you're still drinking. It's interesting because you may know this. I thought that Corona was going to suffer with the coronavirus, but maybe, you know, because people liked, you know, thumbing their nose at the tragedy of the world, they went out and bought themselves a 6-pack of Corona, and you're one of those people, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not that dumb. I know the difference between a virus and a beer.
Yeah.
So I pretty much cannot blame a Mexican beer for the Chinese virus. So I give myself great credit for that.
For a lot of things, Brian.
Yeah.
Right.
So Rachel, what are you drinking?
Brian. I just want to make sure that that's okay.
I'm also drinking a Corona with a lime in it, and so I didn't know that Brian was going to do that. The difference between me and Brian is he has 3 beers for the show.
It's an hour.
One.
He lines them up, right? He doesn't want to get caught. So, do you have a? You've got the one beer. Did you put a lime in it like Brian does?
I did, but I must say that I did put a lime. I like the lime in a lot of my things. But Lara's actually drinking my favorite drink. I love margaritas. I actually named my child Margarita. I have a child named Margarita.
Wow.
Lara Logan.
Mama's Mother of the Year there, Rachel.
But Lara, you are a very busy journalist. How do you have time to garnish the way that you do? Tell me, how did you prepare that drink?
Well, so I have to be totally honest here. I do not have time to garnish. I don't even own glasses that look this fancy, okay? I had to call on a local establishment in my tiny little town in Texas, which is one of the finest restaurants in America, Augustee's. And they made this for me. It's a cocktail they developed just yesterday, a blood orange margarita, and I recommend it to anyone.
Oh my gosh, that is fantastic. And they brought it to you?
Okay, I had to go pick it up.
Okay.
But I figured that was a small price to pay.
That's beautiful. Okay, so I am drinking a 6-point ale, and it's called Bengali is the type of beer. It is an IPA, and I'm drinking it, and I don't know if you can see, it's my special Jim Gaffigan frosty mug.
Wow.
Somebody made these mugs for him. I think it was in Milwaukee. They made him these wonderful mugs. So I always like having my evening beer in my Jim Gaffigan mug. So we'll pour that, and then we will start the show. Yeah, Jim's a friend of mine, and I used to open for him before I got this sweet gig on Fox News. I toured the country with Jim Gaffigan.
Wow.
What do you think? What's a better life? You know, touring the country with Gaffigan or Fox News? I'll take Fox News.
I think so.
That's not very nice to Gaffigan. But you guys have a lot in common. You guys are both comedians, both Catholics, both like beer.
You're so right. You are so right. Did you ever meet Jim? He's got the big family too. I would think you guys have a lot in common.
I would love to meet him. I know all about him, but I don't know him.
And his wife, Jeannie, wonderful. She's his co-writer, partner. She does everything with him. You guys ready for some trivia?
Yes, but I can't hear Brian. Is this a good time for me to say I can't hear anything Brian's saying?
Oh, really? It's very interesting. So Brian, you can't hear Brian. I don't know if that's by choice, Lara.
Can you, Rachel?
No.
I can hear Brian.
Maybe it's just lack of chemistry, Lara, between us. Maybe that's it.
I'm practicing my lip reading. You don't want to know what I thought you said, Brian.
We'll try to fix it. But for now, Lara, we can do the questions because I'll be asking the questions. And while we work on his audio, we can proceed with the quiz. So this is the way it works. I'm going to go around the horn. I'm going to ask you each individual quiz questions. Some of them will just be answer. Some of them will be multiple choice. And then every once in a while, we'll have a fun group round where you get to write down your answers. And then we'll have some other kind of potluck as we go along from there. You guys ready? You'll hear this. Yeah. You will hear this sound if you get a right answer. I love making noise. This is my cocktail shaker.
Right.
I'm ready. I'm using a book on anarchist education in the modern school to press on.
What, you have reference material? That's not allowed, Lara.
She's eating already.
Trying to learn. What can I tell you? It's not
Life
time
is
for
an
light
open
reading
book
in this
test.
house.
We'll start with Rachel. Question number 1. Rachel, who was the first female performer to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? The first female performer. Do you want to take a guess before I give you the multiple choice?
I'll take a guess and say it's Janis Joplin.
You're going to go with Janis Joplin. Well, here was the multiple choice.
Okay.
Janis Joplin, Aretha Franklin, or Joan Jett. So your answer is in the multiple choice.
Oh, God, that's really.
You want to go with it, though, now that I've given you the multiple choice? Janis Joplin, Aretha Franklin, or Joan Jett?
I'm going to stick with my gut on that one.
Right.
Janis Joplin, a rock and roll great.
For sure.
Truly
But
the
does
meaning
she
of
have
rock and roll.
respect?
Yeah. And she went out like a rock star, too.
Big time.
Drugs.
The answer is R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Oh, I respect your answer, but it's Aretha Franklin.
Darn.
That was a good guess, though.
It was good. Brian,
Yes.
let's go to you.
Okay.
Mark Harmon stars in the TV show. Do you know what's his big show? It's been a hit for years and years. Mark Harmon.
NCIS.
I know it. I know he was a quarterback with the UCLA. I know I tried to get him for my book. I know
So
it's
Rachel just gave you the answer. It's NCIS. That's the series.
that's it.
That was
Sorry.
Lara.
Okay. My question for you, Brian. Don't think you got it. That's not your question. The question is, what does NCIS stand for? NCIS.
I could have answered this one.
Whoa.
Was probably the
All
only
right, I
question I could
passed.
answer.
I pass.
Really? You're
Yeah.
ready?
I'll let Ray. Can Lara's right answer to me, for me? Can she answer for me? What,
No,
do you have
no.
to go to
If
the
she
judge?
steals, Brian, she steals, she gets a point.
All right, the Nassau County Institute of Sports.
So close. So close. Lara, what is it? What's the answer?
The Naval Criminal Investigative Service.
Oh, yeah. That's it. The Naval Criminal Investigative Service.
Never guessed that.
So are you a fan of the show, Lara, or you just know that because you know all the military stuff?
No, I used to kind of like it. I know because of the military stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Mark Harmon.
It's great.
I
And
used to watch it in the beginning.
so I think Brian's either in the darkness or we disconnected him so that you can hear him, but nobody should worry.
Uh-oh.
No one should
Uh-oh.
worry that unless he was ashamed of his answer and he just went dark on
I
us.
was. No, all of a sudden I
Oh,
started.
listen,
It went to the
I know this is
Washington
probably
Times
going to be.
website.
I had to steal your question, Brian, because it's the only thing I'm going to be able to answer.
Well, I'll tell you what. You're off to a good start, and I really wish I could have phoned a friend, and you would have been the friend.
Lara, here's your question. Ronald Wayne lives in a mobile home in Nevada where he sells stamps and rare coins, and he plays the penny slots. But in 1976, he co-founded what very successful company in 1976? He sold his 10% stake in this company for $800 at the time, which would be worth $95 billion today. What company did he
I have
co-found?
no idea. I do not. Don't even know who Ron Wayne is.
Ronald.
Can I just say at this point I grew up in Africa?
You can say that. I think people know. People know you're. But did my clue give you a clue? That is he co-founded. It was 1976, and he sold his then 10% stake in the company for $800, probably for some stamps and maybe some money for the penny slots. But now it would be worth 95 billion. B with a B.
Answer?
So the penny slots was my clue there, right?
Yeah, if
The penny slots
well,
was my
it could
clue.
be. Brian wants to steal yours.
Not anymore. And I just realized the clue isn't right. I was going to say Microsoft.
You were going to say Microsoft because you know a couple of guys there, and the other Microsoft guy went off, but he cashed in. This guy he cashed out early, and he did not take advantage of the Apple computer. Boom, Apple.
You know what? I thought about saying Apple, and I thought 1976. That's so long ago. Like I just
Right.
it's the wrong decade.
So long ago.
I
Do
know.
you
it
realize
does
how many
seem-
people didn't finish college? You know, Bill Gates did not finish college. Steve
No.
Jobs did not finish college.
And another genius,
Wayne.
Tom Shillue. Tom Shillue.
Did not finish college.
Yeah.
How
Good.
many credits? I've never heard all three of you guys in the same
In
sentence before, but
1976,
you
we
have
didn't even
put
have
yourself.
television in
You
South
put yourself in
Africa,
elite
okay?
category.
In my
Tom.
defense.
I'm on the list.
list.
I'm on the list. I went on the road. I dropped out to go on the road to perform, and the rest is history. Okay, let's go back to Rachel, shall we? Rachel, now no one has points now, okay? Because I didn't allow any stealing in that first round, so no one got their questions right. Although some of you knew some of the questions. Rachel, another iconic TV series question: what long-running primetime series, which ran for 16 seasons, did Patrick Dempsey play? Dr. Derek Shepherd, better known as McDreamy. McDreamy. What was the show?
Grey's Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy. That is right.
All right, look at that.
Yay! Can I say something before we move to the next question?
You certainly can.
Lara didn't just have the drink I wanted. She's wearing the shirt I want. Like, that is the cutest awesomeness. Is that like a Texas thing?
This is Lucky Jeans. It's about 15 years old, but can I have, is that a microwave back there, like a retro one in your kitchen?
This is my lake cabin. So yeah, it's a little retro microwave.
Right.
I was looking at the toaster that goes with that microwave last night.
Oh, you know what? I love it.
So
Fine.
Lara's got the shirt that you, the shirt that you want, and Brian is living the life that I want. I'll tell you that right now.
Okay, now I feel included. That's
Thank you, Rachel.
You're welcome.
Brian.
I'll give Laura a compliment, but she can't hear me.
Brian, we are on to your question.
Can I ask Rachel a question? Rachel, are these have you tied up your children? I mean, this is the quietest, most disciplined. You have 9 kids. I don't hear any background noise.
On the rehearsal, you heard them. So Sean is in the room, and as they try to come through, because I have glass doors, he's going, "Go away!"
Right.
Okay.
That's how we babysit around here.
This is for Brian, according to therichest.com, what is the highest grossing Stephen King film? The movie was based on a Stephen King book, obviously. So which of the films based on a Stephen King book was the highest grossing? Here it is. Is it It, Misery, or The Green Mile?
One more time.
Is it It, that's IT, It, Misery, or The Green Mile? Gross.
Tom Hanks is in The Green Mile, right? Misery is James Caan.
Right.
And It, I have no idea. Never heard of it. So I'm going to go with Misery.
Misery, a great film.
Right.
My knee aches just thinking of Misery.
Right.
The answer is It. It.
I wrote it down.
You wrote it down.
Oh, you did?
That is
You
great.
know, because The Green Mile shouldn't be it, because it was this amazing film, and Misery too. But It is the popular one, right? That's the fear.
Yeah.
So that's how you know.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I've never even heard of it.
Yeah, because it's a young kid's kind of scary film kind of thing.
Oh.
I mean, not that young, right? I think it would be scary for it's probably rated R. It's that crazy killer clown, right? It's the killer clown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't watch that stuff.
You know what?
That terrifies me.
Can I just say something, Tom? Because Laura can't hear me.
Yeah.
It's where, like, I don't mind getting something wrong, but to know that Laura would have gotten it right twice.
I know.
In my place, it hurts twice, man. It's almost like she's taunting me. She has no agenda, but she knows more than me. And those two things bother me. She's got nothing to do, and she knows more than me.
Well, this is a tough one, okay, Brian? I bet this is one that you're going to know and that Lara's going to have trouble with. Lara, over the years, Robin Williams has won 5 Grammys for spoken word and comedy albums, 2 Emmys, and 1 Oscar. For what film did Robin Williams win his one and only Oscar? Now, before you say, you're going to say Mrs. Doubtfire?
I just remember it being bizarre. I love Robin Williams.
Yeah, he was great.
Do I get
Mrs. Doubtfire,
choice?
where he dresses up as a woman in order to kind of win his wife back, I think, right? Which is a strange way to do it. and it was a hilarious film.
But not.
But I'm going to give you the multiple choice now, okay?
It's not even going to be in the multiple choice, is it?
Is it The Fisher King, The Dead Poets Society, or Good Will Hunting, or Mrs. Doubtfire?
That was so
Oh, shit. Well, okay. So,
I know.
no, at least you're in my generation, because I saw both Good Will Hunting and Dead Poets Society. I believe it was Dead Poets Society.
Dead Poets Society, a great film where he plays a teacher, an inspiring film. The answer is Good Will Hunting. Good.
Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Should have known that. That's the one where Matt Damon and Ben Affleck worked together and they wrote the screenplay.
Yeah.
You
I
gotta
don't
have
think that-
snacks
I
with
don't
your
think that
cocktail,
Brady-
by the way. I don't know what you're having, but I'm having guacamole.
Yeah.
Now, is it
I
true
love
they're
it.
no longer friends? Do you know?
I don't know why that would happen. It seemed like they were such so close, you know, but people have a falling out. It happened to Lennon and McCartney, right?
Right. And now
I
they don't
think
talk
what it
about
was is that Robin Williams was supposed to get the Oscar for Dead Poets Society, and because he didn't get it when he deserved it, they gave it to him for Good Will Hunting.
You know what? I think you're right, and it's a better. I mean, Dead Poets Society is a better acting role for him. To be honest, I'm from Boston,
There you
and
go.
Robin Williams' Boston accent was a little bit off in that. So I would have taken it away from him just for that.
He was robbed.
Heard it.
Yeah. Rachel, has anyone got any right yet? I don't think so. This is a very close
it.
game.
Rachel did. Rachel
You
did.
did.
Rachel's the only one.
Okay.
I did
Rachel.
not have a tie 0.
Rachel,
Yeah.
what iconic performer did Elvis call the greatest singer in the world? Elvis said
Okay.
this singer was the greatest singer in the world. And he also said that this artist had the most perfect voice. This artist I'm talking about topped the charts with songs like Only the Lonely.
Mhm.
And I don't want to say the other one. It's it's a giveaway.
Come on, Tom.
Oh,
Just
come on.
He topped the charts with songs like Only the Lonely. And he also later went on to be one of the performers in the supergroup, the Traveling Wilburys.
Oh, I know who it is.
Joe, do I get a
I
multiple
won't back
choice?
down.
Do you have multiple choice?
No, I didn't do multiple choice. Should I? Let me ask Lara and Brian. Should I give her the other song that I didn't want to give her?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
With hits such as Only the Lonely and Pretty Woman.
Oh.
Dun 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 dun.
I'm actually going to say it anyway. It's Roy Orbison. And
Roy Orbison. That's right.
Wow.
Isn't that interesting, though, that Elvis, had such a very different voice. The quality of Elvis's voice couldn't be more different from Roy Orbison, but he always admired him, I'm sure. And if you look at Roy Orbison, I'm sure he grew up, I'm sure that he was emulating Elvis as well.
right.
It's just very interesting.
I'm
You know,
excited.
what's
Brian.
interesting, Elvis wasn't a very jealous guy, right? He seemed like a guy's guy.
I
As crazy
agree.
as he ended up.
Yeah, I would say that.
You
I
know,
agree.
he wasn't, I know he shot out his television and did a lot of drugs and ate a lot, but still, it's nice for him not to be jealous of other people.
Absolutely. And someone else, a famous guy who seemed to have a big ego, Frank Sinatra. Do you know who he said the best singer in the world was?
Dean Martin.
No, it was
Barry Manilow.
Tony Bennett. Tony Bennett.
Really?
Yeah. And again, Tony Bennett, he couldn't be more different in that genre. It couldn't be more different than Frank Sinatra in his style. But Frank Sinatra always loved Tony Bennett's style. So interesting. Brian, we're going to go to you now.
Okay.
Just a few minutes before the
Could
The
you
show
ask Rachel
started.
to stop drinking while I'm getting my question?
It's mommy's little helper.
I noticed that Lara, who can't hear me, did not drink out of respect.
Oh, you know what? We have, because this is separate, I'm saying we're going to do something different now. So we are actually, we are going to, what am I going to do here? I got everything out of order. Anyway, we are going to start with with Rachel. And you have a minute, Rachel, because I put this all in a different order. Rachel,
Go.
You have 1 minute to act out, without using any verbal cues, the secret phrase that was sent to you by my producer, okay? Do you know the secret phrase I'm talking about?
No, is it on my phone?
Yeah, it's on your phone. They emailed it to you before the show. Did everybody get an email with a secret
I
phrase?
didn't- wait, hold on.
I
Okay.
did.
So Rachel is bad because Rachel doesn't have it.
Sad Rachel.
Oh, wait, hold on. Maybe I have it now.
This is good because now you're really going to be surprised by this. So the way this will work is I'm going to put a minute.
I still can't hear Brian.
I
I'm
don't.
not gonna.
I don't even know that. I've never seen anything like that, that Lara is deprived of Brian and only Brian's voice. Brian, do you have, let me ask Lara, do you have both earbuds in, both left and right?
No.
Maybe Brian's coming through one of your ears and not the other. Brian, do you have?
Yeah, I took mine out because I can hear clear.
Yeah. Lara's got a single earpiece. Maybe it's something to do with that. Maybe that they have the split signal. So Rachel, did you see the phrase?
No.
Okay, don't worry about it. We will.
To give me it right now.
Yeah, we'll pick it up. You know, we'll pick it up after because I have three secret phrases that you guys have to act out for me. But for right now, we are going to go to grab your pens. This is an all-in round. Okay. You're going to write down the answer, and it is not a multiple choice. You have to write down the answer.
Can I just say there's a lot of focus on Rachel?
I know there really is.
I mean, does she get enough attention?
So grab your pens. In 1992, Whitney Houston's rendition of I Will Always Love You. You know the song I'm talking about. I Will Always Love You spent 14 weeks at #1 on the Billboard charts. What iconic artist wrote the song I Will Always Love You? Who wrote it?
Can we just say it out loud, or we have to?
No, you have to write it down because I don't. You're all working here on your own, but it's a group answer.
Okay.
So you write down.
Is it a female?
Of course.
Wow, you want some? I'm going to give you some hints, and I don't know if I'm going to give you the gender hint. Okay. Her version. Okay, I already gave it to you. Her version of this song is on the soundtrack to the film The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. That's all you get. That's all you get.
Okay.
Her version of this song.
You gave way too many hints for this.
I did.
It's like.
I got it.
Hold them up, everybody. Hold up your pad.
Brian, you want the answer?
Where's Google when you need it?
Well, can I hold mine up now?
Can I Google this? No.
Everybody hold them up. Hold them up to your screen.
Oh.
Have a snack and hold them up. I see a
that?
Dolly Parton. What do you have there, Lara? I don't see what
Dolly
Lara.
Parton.
Dolly Parton. What do we got, Rachel?
Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton. We all got them right, guys.
All right.
I did not know that. I actually thought, I don't know why, I thought Willie Nelson wrote the song, but.
I could see him doing that.
Because you're a guy.
Yeah.
All right.
It's all Dolly. It's all Dolly's
I
work.
saw Willie not so long ago in concert in his 80s out here in Bandera, Texas.
Oh my gosh.
Is he good still?
In that little country.
Rachel, do you have your phrase yet?
I'll tell you.
Oh, we're
gonna keep
Rachel, you're
this whole
fired.
thing Brian's still holding unless
If you don't have your phrase, we're firing you.
They didn't send it. I don't know what to say. I don't have it.
It's all right. We might do
Tom,
it.
you're like relentless.
I'm
Why do
waiting
you
for
keep
my
beating
time.
her up?
We might do it as a round. I'll go through each one. So I'm going to ask them to. I'm sure they have they can text it to you or they can email it to you. But they're going to email you the secret phrase, and then we'll do our charades round all at once. Okay.
Okay.
Can I have a confession? Could I share something with everybody?
Yeah.
One of my friends, Mike, is watching and he's texting me the answers, and I don't think it's fair, but I'm willing to take extra help. Like, you have a lot of people watching this.
It's not fair. And if your friend is texting you the answers, why are you getting so many wrong?
He's not that smart.
Yeah.
I got my phrase, by the way, Tom. I got my phrase.
You got your phrase? Okay, here we go. This is the. This is the, I guess we're going to call it the charades round. You have to essentially, for your webcam, you have to act out
God.
this phrase to me, and I'm going to put 1 minute on the clock. Where is my clock? Here it is.
Wait, is
And-
it a phrase? Couldn't it be the name of something?
It could be something. Yeah, it's
Right,
something.
okay.
Go ahead. Start. You're on.
Me?
Who, me?
Okay.
Yeah.
I am, right?
Yeah, you're on, but no talking. Okay, she's one word. What are you saying? White plain? No, it's
No.
forget everything you ever knew.
Say no.
It's like Judge Judy. I mean, you look like a judge. I don't know what you're doing.
I have no idea what to do now.
This is so hard. Okay.
Take Rachel full screen so I can see her here. You're an old. You're
Old.
walking. You're an old lady.
No old.
Driving Miss Daisy.
No country for old men.
Oh, that's good. That's it.
That was it,
Lara,
The
what?
Coen brothers.
Lara.
I got this.
What the hell? What is that about? What is that about?
Amazing.
That is
Don't-
crazy.
Don't ever play.
I
Oh,
love
there's-
that movie.
You are so smart. I would have
The
never.
timer's going off. Do not ever
Second
play
bonus points.
charades with these two. They obviously have the mind melt, you know?
That's incredible.
That was the craziest thing I'd ever seen. I never would have gotten that. But I'm going to
get
say
Dolly Parton.
that is, you know what? That's the new rule. That's the new rules of the charades round. Everybody's involved and everybody can answer it, not just me. I'm just making that rule now because I love the way we played that. Okay. Now let's go on to round number 2. So the point goes to Rachel. You get a point for that, Rachel.
Why doesn't Lara get the point for guessing?
I still get no points. This
No.
game is rigged.
This
Yeah,
is the
what
thing is,
that? Lara
here's the
should get
deal.
trophy.
it's about your skill at acting things out. And
You know, I went to the groundlings. I did get trained at the groundlings for like, I took a class. Maybe that's all finally paying off.
that's it.
Wow. How do you get into the groundlings?
I wasn't, I paid. I was just like
Oh.
you know, I actually did it the first time on Road Rules. I did one of my challenges on the season that I met my husband. One of our challenges was we had to perform one night with the real groundlings people. Like we had a training all day and then they threw us on stage. It was so much fun. And I decided to take the class. So now it paid off.
Certainly did.
Wow.
I got a husband out of it.
I know. And
I am
nine
going to
children.
give, hold on. Our judges are listening. I'm giving a point to Lara and Rachel for that. Okay, they both get a point.
Bravo.
Round 2.
Thank you, judges.
This is
You
our.
know, Alec Baldwin never would have allowed that on Match Game.
I know.
So
He was,
you are more powerful than Alec Baldwin?
yeah. But Gene Rayburn would have. So that's who
Which
I
is
model
interesting.
myself after.
Right, same microphone.
I am going to start this round with Lara, and this is our special photo round. So you're going to have to name the people in the photo. Okay? Let's start with Lara.
Okay.
Here it is. This is your visual round. Who is this character? And
Nemo.
on the I know Nemo's on the right. What's the name of the other character?
I have no idea.
Okay, I'm
No
going to give you.
idea. Nemo
This is a hard
and
one.
his friend.
Uh,
Nemo and his friend.
what is? I'll either
clownfish.
take the name of the
No.
character, or the relationship to Nemo, or the
His father.
person who did the voice of that of the blue fish.
I can answer all of them for you, Lara.
Shit, no, I got nothing. My kids didn't like Nemo.
RCD, what is it? Who was it?
It's Dory and it's the talk show woman. Wait, can't her name come to me? Oh my
Who
god!
did? Who did the voice of Dory? Now
Dory-
my notes say I'm gonna have to ask my
Ellen
producer-
DeGeneres.
Ellen
Ellen
DeGeneres.
DeGeneres. Yes.
Too much
Who
beer.
knows Who knows Nemo inside and out?
No, I
You've
wouldn't got
probably
that.
seen the movie. You've probably seen the live show at Disney. I know I did. But Rachel, my notes say that was not actually Dory. It was Marlin, his dad,
Ooh.
from the beginning of the movie.
I said it was his dad.
Marlin's dad.
Well, I know that Dory was blue as
Marlin's
well.
dad,
But
it's Nemo's dad.
No, that's not. I mean, Nemo's dad is not that blue fish.
I don't think he is either. I think my producers are wrong. Yeah.
I said his dad.
I'm
My
going to
friend
go
Mike
with you,
says
Rachel,
Dory.
because I think that Rich is wrong. And
Oh my God, I'm looking it up. I have not used this phone, for the record.
Larry,
Brian,
you look.
no opinion on this, Brian?
I'm a little confused. Are you asking me the voice of Dory is Ellen DeGeneres?
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
true. The thing
And
is, the question, she is correct. It is Dory. And the funny thing was, it said in my notes that it was his dad, Marlin, but no, the blue one is Dory. Okay. So
I've watched.
Lara's got it. That's Dory.
I know for a fact.
That one was, in any case, I don't even know why we're fighting over it, because it was Lara's. It was Lara's to answer, not
Yeah,
yours.
I
Your
even forgot
question
he gets
here.
credit.
Your
But can we just
question,
go-
Rachel,
I
is this.
failed.
Can we take a look? Can we take a look at the drink situation, because it looks like the straw has aided Laura. She has finished her drink.
Yeah.
Rachel is halfway done with her beer.
I'm almost done with my
You're-
pint.
Yeah, but you're doing a lot of talking. I'm already through my beer.
I had a double.
I'm through my beer. I'm on to the
I
Michelob
told the bar, make it a double. I got a 45-minute show to do.
Ultra.
Rachel,
A drink
next
like that,
photo,
yeah.
Rachel, for you. Who is this? Next photo coming up.
Okay.
They might have had a little. There we go.
All right. Let's see. Wow.
All right.
I
Who's
know
the
who that
character? I know you're going to tell me who it is, but what's her character?
Oh, so, well, that's Rosie. I'm not Rosie O'Donnell. That's Oh my God.
You're having some mental blocks here,
I
Rachel.
am. I'm having
You
mental.
should get her some Prevagen.
What's the show? She had a one-named show. It was her first name.
Roseanne. It's Roseanne. Roseanne.
Roseanne. Okay, but I want you to tell me her full name. It's now the show. The show is now called her last name. It's called The Blank.
It's called the Connors.
Connors. Roseanne Connor, you got it right. That is right. Okay, Brian, let's move through these, shall we? Come on. Here we go. Next picture. Who is that? I thought Brian would be on top of that in a second. Do you recognize that man?
I know his father knows best.
Okay. I'm going to even...
I know his father knows best.
Oh,
and,
then I know it.
and
I'm
I
gonna
should
give you
know
the
that
answer.
He's there on Sundays.
Father knows best. Jim Anderson. I'm going to give you the answer because that one was brutally hard. The
Right,
name of the character, Jim Anderson, nobody knows. But the actor, do you know his name? It's Robert Young. Robert Young. Okay.
Yeah, I should have got that.
I would have got
You got
that.
it, though. You got a point. Judges, give him a point. This one's for you, Lara. Who's that?
Oh my gosh.
I know it is.
I know that guy. Damn it. Oh,
Recently lost him.
he's so
Recently
famous.
deceased.
Okay, hold on. My earpiece came out. Damn it. It's like a G. It's like a George Jean. Damn it. What is his name?
George
again?
Jean.
I can't believe it. Okay, wait. I lost it for a second.
Giving you a hint. His son is Ben Stiller.
I know. I even did a 60 Minutes piece with Ben Stiller, and his dad and his mom had a show.
Yeah.
And
What was their comedy team named?
Mira.
George and Judy.
George
Nope.
and Judy. Oh my
What the
God.
hell is that? George and Judy.
What is it?
Why?
Kilmeade. What is it?
Yeah, it is Jerry Stiller.
George.
Jerry Stiller.
George and Judy. What kind of
Shit.
show was that?
Jerry
That was-
Stiller,
that was-
and he played George's dad on Seinfeld. That may be what was mixing you up, right? Okay, here we go. Who's
don't
next?
know.
Rachel.
She would have done a
Rachel.
lot better had she finished the drink after the show.
I know, right?
Rachel, who is it?
This is Modern Family.
Modern Family. That's right. And who's the character in the middle? Do you know his name on the show?
I don't.
Can
I
you name any of those three actors?
No, I sort of casually watch that show. I'm don't watch
Prince
it.
Harry on the right there.
Yeah, Prince.
Some blonde on the
He
left.
does look like him, right?
Our daughter this week.
Yeah.
There he is.
That's not a point for Rachel. It was Phil Dunphy is the character. It's played by Ty Burrell. And who else was in the picture? Julie Bowen.
So I don't get a point for naming the show.
No. No, it was too easy. I wanted you to name the character. And then as a backup, I said, name any of the actors, and you didn't get it. Okay, our next one, it goes to Brian. Who are we looking at here?
In real life?
Did it matter that the answer already came up? I mean, in this one, I could have gotten. I loved
Carol
this show when I
O'Connor.
was a kid.
Carol O'Connor.
Yes. What was the name of the character?
Archie Bunker.
Archie Bunker. You got it right, Brian.
You can't even see the show on television. You realize that? You can't see the show on
Who
television.
thinks that Archie Bunker would last 3 seconds on the air today?
He would not. And it's so funny. My sister was visiting me, and she said everything that's happening in the world now is turning her into Archie Bunker.
It's so true, isn't it? But is that right, Brian? You actually cannot see reruns of all.
You cannot see it. I believe you could see Archie's place because it's so terrible.
Yeah.
At the end of it, they held on to it 5 seasons too long, and at the end, he owns a bar and he has an adopted daughter, and everybody's dead, and you could see that season.
It's funny though, because
you can't see the classic with Rob Reiner as Meathead and Sally Struthers.
I was just watching Hogan's Heroes the other day on cable, and so I would be surprised that you can watch Hogan's Heroes, but you can't watch All in the Family.
Yeah, Nazis, no problem. Nazis, no problem. You can't have a. By the way, a left-wing writer who makes fun of racism. They has fun. We laugh at racism. It would be perfect for today.
It's unbelievable.
But it's too politically correct. People's heads explode.
Yeah. Okay, what's the next picture here? Bring it up for Lara. This is a tough one. Either you can name the actress, the character, or the show. Any one of them.
It's hard.
Oh, yeah. This one. Oh, shoot. She's from that show where they're in the house and they have the whole family, and she's the daughter, and her mother is in the show, too. Shit, I know this. I might even have watched this show. You know, they don't play a lot of American television in Iraq, right? You know, I lived in a place like Iraq and Afghanistan. But I actually know this show. Damn it. This is
it's the one where, like you said, Lara said, it's the one in the house with the family. That is.
The neighbors keep popping over, but.
Bring it up on the screen. It's Lois Wilkerson. Lois Wilkerson.
Oh, there you go.
From Malcolm in the Middle. Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah.
Okay,
and the
Rachel.
Neighbors keep coming over all the time. See, I told you I knew the show.
Here we go, Rachel.
Oh, come on. This is
Name
the
those
show ever.
famous parents.
Ever. So can I tell you a little trivia? I worked with Florence Henderson. We did a show together on Lifetime, a women's health show that had 20-some episodes. And so she's a huge hero of mine. I think it's why I have that many kids. So that's Florence Henderson. That's the Brady Bunch. And I have to tell you that I can't remember Dad's name, like the actor's name. Mike and Carol.
The actor's name was Robert Reed. And the parents, what were the Bradys called? The parents' names?
Yeah, Mike and Carol from the
Carol
Brady.
Brady,
Yeah.
Do your kids, Rachel, watch the show? Because my kids they've seen every episode of the Brady Bunch, except there's certain episodes that they won't show you. Like, when they did all the dancing and singing with the silver platters episodes?
You know what? Why would they show that?
They won't show them. They must not have the rights to the music or something, but there are a bunch of episodes. Some of the most classic Brady Bunch episodes aren't available in the streaming.
You know what's interesting is, didn't that break up the Brady Bunch because they were fighting over music? They were going to be a music group.
They all became pop stars. Yes. They all wanted to become pop stars. And it's funny, once they performed music on the show, they all started being, featured in teen idol magazines and everything. And then they all signed with management, and they wanted to become a pop band. And it was giving the producer of the show so many headaches because he wanted to just keep doing the show, and they wanted to have music careers.
Yeah, I think one of them ended up becoming a porn star. Didn't Marsha become a porn star?
I don't think that. I mean, I don't think that happened.
I'm just saying.
Why would she say that?
I don't know. I think you're thinking of a different show. You're talking about different
shows. What are
shows.
you talking about? Marsha's a porn star? Nobody. That is not. I've never heard that once.
Some weird stuff happened. I'm not kidding. It's not this. I'm telling you. I like the show. I followed some weird stuff. So anyway.
I think they're all fine. I think you're thinking of a different show, but I think the Brady kids all turned out pretty well.
Right.
So
can I add one thing? Yeah. If there's a cause that we should get behind as a group,
Yeah.
It should be 70s sitcom stars who don't get any residuals. Gilligan's Island, Brady Bunch, Nanny the Professor. They air Hogan's Heroes. They air forever. They got paid scale. It
You're
runs
so right.
forever, and they get no money. We have
Brian,
to help
I
them.
was on The Real World and I get no residual. Why don't we start that campaign?
Oh, big time.
But that was a reality show. You played yourself.
I know, but still, they still make money off of it. I mean,
Do they re-air it?
Yes, it's on YouTube and there's all this stuff. And yeah.
All right,
You know
what you could do for Rachel.
It's true. Rachel, they should have paid you more. And yes,
all my kids through college if that happened.
but they definitely should have paid the Bradys and Gilligan's Island cast more. And it's funny because when they came to Sherwood Schwartz, these actors from the Brady Bunch and Gilligan's Island, they came to him and I mean they sued him. They filed suit. They wanted residuals, and he refused to give it to him. And he said, "I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll sign you to do a series of reunion shows." And that's why there were so many reunions for the Brady Bunch and Gilligan's Island, because they had to make any money. They had to come back and do those reunion shows.
They did that to us in The Real World. That's why there were all those reunion shows too.
Did you get paid?
Yeah. Worked, right? Okay, round 3. Who Can Forget is a great show on Fox Nation. And the latest episode just dropped, as they say, and it's the year 2004. I participate in it. I actually think it's my show, even though I'm only one of many people who do it. I'm always telling people, you got to watch my show, Who Can Forget? The new episode, 2004, is a lot of fun. So here's some questions that have to do with 2004. Brian, as it was taking place, he was, I'm sorry, I got to go back in the question.
Do you want to just read the screen?
Oh, there it is. What song did Justin Timberlake, was he singing to Janet Jackson when that famous wardrobe malfunction took place? It was in the year 2004 at the Super Bowl.
But, Justin Timberlake.
Was it a Janet song?
It was. I'm going to give you the songs. Was it Rock Your Body, Sexy Back, or Cry Me a River?
Sexy Back.
Sexy Back.
Good choice.
Rock your body.
No,
Rock
it
your
was
body.
Rock Your Body. Rock Your Body.
And I was at that Super Bowl.
You were too focused on the malfunction.
Yeah. I just said to myself, halftime, let me go in and get the stats.
Yeah.
And I did not know that would be the story of the game.
Yeah, it was.
I think Brian's questions were meant for me.
I know. It's true.
She has all the answers to my life.
Rock Your Body. Sexy Back, actually, famous because I sang Sexy Back with Justin Timberlake on the Jimmy Fallon show.
Is that true?
Yeah, look at it.
Oh, my word.
All you got to do is Google. I don't know. How do you Google it? Jimmy Fallon, Sexy Back, and it's on there. We do it as a barbershop.
That's bad, Tom. No.
Hey, let me ask you something, Tom.
Yeah.
Why is Jimmy Fallon coming in third late night? Like, well, how did that happen?
Well, he isn't really. His demo ratings are still higher than everybody else's. Except it's funny, but I bet you lately, especially during the quarantine, I'm sure he's been number one because his shows have been hitting it out of the park.
Who?
They haven't been.
Jimmy Fallon.
Colbert continues to be number one, and I agree with you. He's so much better than the other two guys.
Yeah, but it's funny. They play this game with the ratings. All they care about is the demo numbers until they don't like you. For instance, Jimmy always does great in the demo, but when they go to Colbert, they talk about the total numbers. You know what I'm saying? They play that game with the ratings all the time.
Doesn't Greg do better than all those guys?
Who?
Greg.
Yeah. Oh, Gutfeld beats them all. That's the funny thing.
I know. That's the amazing thing no one realizes.
Thank you for mentioning that, Rachel. I would have been in trouble with Gutfeld if I did not mention that.
I know. I'll say this. Gutfeld's show rocks. And by the way, when you were amazing playing Adam Schiff. And I remember you and I had this conversation. I was like, why don't you do it on SNL? And you're like, why would I do it there?
That was you.
Why would I do it on SNL when I have
do
such
the eyes,
huge...
Tom.
Oh. Impeachment. Ooh.
It's so good.
But you know why? They don't want that because it makes the Democrat look bad.
Yeah. We just like to have fun. So, we go for the laughs. and we like to have fun with it. We do the same with Joe Biden, and people get a huge kick out of it. So, Lara, this is yours. What athlete won 8 medals at the 2004 Athens Olympics? 8 medals.
Oh my God, so you went from like pop culture, which is one of my worst, to the only subject I know less about, which is sports.
Don't you remember? Take yourself back.
Rugby and
Take
the
yourself back
Springboks
to
and the All
2004,
Blacks
though.
and cricket. Okay, one American athlete won 8 medals at the 2004 Athens Olympics.
He also appeared on the cover of Time magazine that year and was dubbed the greatest Olympian.
Michael Phelps.
Michael Phelps is right.
And I was living in Baghdad at the time, can I just say, in Iraq, okay? No televisions, no Olympics. We didn't watch any Olympics.
No
Explosion.
no pools, no diving boards, right?
Actually, they blew up our hotel, and there was a guy who used to bring his daughter to swim there, and she was 8, and I remember seeing her hand on the ground. Not to bring the party down, but I'm just saying, when you mentioned 2004, that's what I think of.
These are the kind of things you've seen. I mean, it's quite amazing.
Yeah.
Rachel, we're on to you.
All right.
Shortest celebrity marriage in history. I'm going to give you that. Shortest celebrity marriage in history for just 55 hours. Jason Alexander was married to whom?
Wow.
And my only hint would be...
Give me a hint.
Well, it's not the Jason Alexander that we know from Seinfeld. It's a different Jason Alexander.
Okay, because that's who I was
thinking. It was a woman. That's a hint.
Yeah, and it happened in Vegas. And
of course.
55 hours later, they dissolved it.
I don't know. It sounds like it sounds like a Pamela Anderson kind of thing. I don't know.
This is interesting. I thought Rachel would be all over this.
I don't even know who Jason Alexander is. I was in the Seinfeld guy. So you kind of give me another hint.
55 hours. I want you to just think 2004. And it was, who was in the news? Who was probably one of the biggest tabloid celebrities of 2004? And they got married to some unknown dude, and then the marriage was over.
Oh, okay, okay, that's good. I'm gonna say J-Lo. I don't know. I always go back to J-Lo. She's the best.
Put it up there. Put it on the screen, guys. Britney Spears.
That actually was a good one. You're right.
Britney Spears. Yep. And
Britney.
Yeah, is that around the shave her head phase, kind of like she's starting to...
No, it was pre head shave, but I do think she had a couple of cocktails and she didn't know what she was doing.
I love her, and she has the best Instagram right now. Still, like
why? Like, what is good about
it? I just want to say I was like the maid of honor at a wedding in Vegas, and Elvis didn't really want to be there. He had another gig to get to, and it was pretty sad and pretty tired. And I thought I should have just left the Vegas wedding in the movies because it's so much better than in reality.
Yes, it's so true. It's
so. Elvis,
I was holding the baby, by the way, of the bride and groom.
That's a perfect Elvis.
That's all I can say. All right, I'm not giving away any more. He might.
Grab your pens, everybody. This is a full-on round. Everybody, grab your pens. You're going to write down the answer to this one.
Okay.
What is the name of the very successful car makeover series that debuted on MTV in 2004?
Come on. That's so easy.
Well, I mean, it's easy for Rachel, who knows everything about MTV.
There was the motorbike guys, there's the pawn shop guys, and then there's the car people with the guy Jesse something or other.
It was hosted by the rapper Exhibit, and it was spelled X-Z-I-B-I-T. Exhibit was the rapper who hosted the show, if it's going to give you a clue. One of MTV's famous shows, probably only less famous than The Real World.
Yeah. Which is the only show I know on MTV.
Yeah. We ruined all the music videos. We took them right off the air.
Rachel, you probably had, I mean, I feel like you're one of the most prominent Real World people. I mean, to this day, there were other people who kind of had a flash. Yeah.
What did Brian say?
He said, tell that to her husband.
That's really nice.
But you know, there were people
love
like
that
Chad.
question.
You know, you remember these people from the real world, and they, you know, you never heard from them again. But Rachel, you're going strong. So that's yeah. Okay. Do you want to hold them up, guys? What's the name of the show? They would refashion automobiles in a very
Okay, wait. I think I remember.
Oh, he just wrote it down.
You're right. Of course, I got nothing, but I did
got
like
nothing.
that show.
It is.
Brian. What is it?
Can you see
Pimp
that?
My Ride. That's
Pimp
right.
My Ride.
Pimp My Ride. Rachel, what did you write? Pimp Your Ride. That's like
Pimp Your Ride. You're right. I got it wrong because I said it was Pimp My Ride. You're right.
Pimp
You're
Your Ride. That's kind of the Wisconsin version of the show. It's like the.
You
It's
know
like the.
what's really funny?
Which, by the way, that was Marsha Brady's first
I
porn
need
movie.
more chips for my dip.
No, but you know what, Brian? They actually did a
gonna
really
say,
cool, like,
what we do in Texas when we drink margaritas, we
on
eat
the show,
guacamole and
like, it's my
See?
minivan, and they took a mom's
Mhm.
minivan and they picked it out. It was actually kind of funny. Google that one.
I feel like, guys.
Pimp My Ride.
I feel
Yeah,
like
we
Lara.
watched that at the same time.
I feel like Lara has an agenda all of a sudden.
Yeah.
She does. Deflection.
My agenda is not to lose any weight.
We are on to round 4.
Really?
Yeah.
How many rounds are there?
4. This is the 4th round.
All right.
Guys, this is the rapid fire round. So you've got to strap on your seatbelts and get ready. This thing comes at you faster than you know how, okay?
Okay.
So the way this works is I'm going to give you a well-known TV show theme song lyric. So a little snippet from the lyrics of the TV show theme song, and then you have to tell me the name of the show, okay?
Okay.
So, and we're going to go around, fast round robin.
I don't know any other lyrics.
Yeah, so here it is. We're going to start with Brian, okay? Brian, man,
Yes.
man, manly man. What's the show? Man, man.
Man Show? The Man Show?
No, 2.5 Men. Lara,
Oh.
Yes, that.
I'll be there for you when the rain starts to
Oh, my
fall.
I'll be there for your friends.
Friends, that's it.
Get that easy one.
Rachel,
All right, let's go.
if nautical nonsense be something you wish, then drop on the deck and flop like a fish.
Oh.
Lara knows this one. I can't believe it.
Is it
I could be wrong.
the Love Boat? I don't know.
Ah, that's it. What do you got there?
Fish or die.
No, it's SpongeBob. SpongeBob. I thought you'd get that.
Oh, I should know that.
I never
I
liked
should know that. My children are going to fire me.
Brian,
Yes.
sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. Sometimes.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh.
show.
I
Lara,
love-
we're moving on up to the east side to a deluxe apartment in the sky.
Oh, we're moving on. Shit, I don't remember.
We're moving on up to the east side to a deluxe apartment.
In the sky.
She was in South Africa.
Seinfeld? No.
That is so big. Brian, what is it?
They weren't playing the Jeffersons in South Africa, I don't think. Not at that point.
Oh, yeah, no. That didn't come to South Africa. There were tensions at the time.
Oh my, that is so classic.
It's amazing he made so much money as a dry
Yeah.
cleaner, right? I mean, who would think that you could make that type of money?
Now
Actually,
that one, judges, don't give Brian a point for that. That one was only for Lara. In the speed round, you can't steal. On to the
Okay.
next one. Rachel, hey baby, I hear the blues are calling. Tossed salads and scrambled eggs.
Oh.
Hey baby, I hear the blues are calling. Tossed salad and scrambled eggs.
I don't. I'm sorry.
That is
Full
Brian.
House.
I bet you. Fraser.
Frasier. I said
Fraser.
Full House.
Okay, Brian.
Yes.
Whatever happened to predictability, the milkman, the paper boy, the evening TV? Brian,
I would say Petticoat Junction.
what are you? What's going on? It's Full House.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
You were one question early.
I know. What am I thinking?
Lara,
Wow.
Percy pulls the mail on time. Gordon thunders down the line.
Oh, Thomas
Yeah!
the Tank Engine.
You got it.
That is good.
Rachel, do you know that one?
No, I wouldn't have known that one either.
Okay, Rachel.
All right.
We're all right. We're all right.
We're all right. We're all. I know that one actually, and
Chico and the Man.
That's a great theme song. Chico, don't get discouraged.
can you
The
even say
man,
the
he ain't
decade
so
of that
hard to
sitcom?
understand.
Can you say the decade of that sitcom?
Well, it's interesting because it's about a decade.
Oh, that 70s show?
Aha!
Yes. That's one of my favorite shows.
That 70s
I
show.
was dying
We're
for that
all
one.
right. We're all right. Okay, Brian.
Yes.
All of them had hair of gold
Oh.
like their mother. All of them had hair of gold like their mother.
The youngest one made of curls.
Yeah, she was made of girls. What's the show?
The oldest one went on to porn, starring a porn star.
Not him.
The Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch. I remember them from the porn career.
No.
Did Marsha become do some porn stuff?
No, Maureen McCormick. She is now on the reality show, The Return to the Brady House, and
Right.
she's lovely. She's lovely, and they're all great.
Okay.
It sounds like Tom wants to get cast in that.
I mean, okay, yeah, it was cousin Oliver who went to the dark side. Okay, Lara.
And with their
Yeah.
dog.
Lara, they're creepy and they're kooky, mysterious, and spooky. I even gave you the rhythm there. I thought you'd get this one. They're creepy and they're kooky.
Creepy and they're kooky, mysterious and spooky.
Spooky.
Not Ghostbusters.
It's not
It
Ghostbusters.
is- It's a kid's show because obviously not X-Files.
But it's really old. Brian, you know this one?
Sure.
If it's
Brian,
really
what is-
I
old,
will only
it
answer if you're
predates
gonna give me
TV
credit
in
for it.
Africa. Come on.
Brian
Yeah, I
says
will
he's only
only
going to
answer
answer if I give him credit.
Yes. Ask the judge.
Well, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Brian, you can have half my points, and then I get the other half.
Well, that's great.
Okay, that's fine.
What is half? What are we going to do? What are my people going to do with halves when we're adding up the score at the end?
Well, I don't know. Are they
Really
talented
old?
people? I would say the Addams Family.
It was the Addams Family. You are right. Addams Family.
Yeah,
There's
I
two
know, it didn't
Ds
do
in
the
Addams
Addams
Family?
Family. That guy had long.
There's
They
two-
were weird.
Rachel,
Okay.
someday, maybe Fred will win the fight. Then that cat will stay out for the night.
Hmm.
Wow, this one. I thought this was a real layup.
No,
Someday
he-
maybe Fred will win that-
I know. This is the Flintstones.
the Flintstones, right? Yeah, there we go.
All right, I'm just getting word now from a friend of mine at Fox. I can't give their name out.
Yeah.
That it's Dana Plato that tried porn from.
Yes. Yeah, that's it. That's what
I
I
don't know if
said.
she's
Different
stuck with-
strokes. I knew it was different
Oh.
strokes. Yeah.
Right. So
I
don't know if she's stuck
started a
with it.
terrible rumor. I apologize.
I mean, just the fact that someone from the Brady Bunch
We're
would
just
do
fired for the second time.
that.
Brian.
Which means I get the retro microwave oven behind you for nothing. I don't have to send you my shirt.
Yes, and I get one of Tom's
Yes,
books.
my
his
oven,
fake
Rachel.
books.
Send you my
Behind
oven.
him.
I'll send you my
That's
address.
right.
Yeah, write it down.
We got the Mean Dads. I think you can see, Brian, there's about 40 copies of Mean Dads for a Better America in the corner there. I'm selling them one by one. So, Brian, our whole
Yes.
universe was in a hot, dense state. Our whole universe was in a hot, dense state until something happened. What was it?
It was a hot, dense state until it got hit by a meteor, or the dinosaurs.
Close,
Hit by a
close.
meteor.
Close. Very good. And
I-
it is, no, you didn't get it, Brian. It's okay, because we're going to give you that point, but you didn't get
Oh.
this one. It's Big Bang Theory. Lara, all the little chicks with the crimson lips go Cleveland Rocks. Cleveland Rocks. Show
I got
took
it.
place in Cleveland, and that was their theme
I know
song.
that one.
I know that.
one.
Woo! Oh yeah, Cleveland, Ohio. No idea. I'd never
Went on
watched
to
the show
host.
for sure.
Went on to host a game show. Took over for Bob Barker.
No, nothing.
And by the way, I was a contestant when I was 18 years old on that show.
Were you?
Okay, so a contestant game
How
show
did you do, Rachel?
thing is the Price is Right.
Price is Right is right. Who's the host of The Price is Right? Lara.
Bob Barker.
No, the current one.
Oh, shit, I don't know. Wait,
We gave her like
current host of
14
The Price is
hints.
Right.
Rachel, who were you on with? Bob
I was
Barker?
with Bob Barker. I mean, I'm
Okay.
not young, you know.
The current host of the Price is Right had his own show. Cleveland Rocks took place in Cleveland. It is. I'm going to give myself a point there. The Drew Carey Show.
Oh gosh, the Drew Carey Show. For
Drew
goodness
Carey
sake.
Show.
Just
I
so you
didn't watch
know,
that
Brian-
one either. I'll be honest.
Brian, I won a stove and a trip to Brazil, but then I
You
didn't.
did?
I did, and I didn't make it to the showcase showdown. Though.
Wow.
Oh.
But so you got through. You got through the opening round
I
and you
did.
went.
I was the
Wow.
last contestant to come out. And can I tell you a funny story? Before I went in, I said, you know, all those people act so ridiculous. If I end up getting called, I am not going to act like these stupid people. And I was the last one to get picked. And they said, Rachel Campos, come on down. And I went, woo! Just like everybody did it. It's like you're trained. And I did that. And then I made it on.
Wow. And
And
you
that's
still
why
have the
they
We
tape?
do.
Yeah, my mom has it on some.
You got to bring that on Fox and Friends.
I should actually. It's some big VHS tape. I will. I'll track it down.
That would be a lot of fun. Okay, we're moving on here. We have Rachel keeping your head above water, making a wave when
Does
you
this show
can.
go all night?
That's it. We're almost,
I mean,
we're almost
what's
at the
going on?
end.
You said 45 minutes. Oh my goodness.
I know. Our silliness has extended the show. Keeping your head above water, making your wave when you can. What's going on?
Is that a song?
Yeah, temporary layoffs. What's the name of the show? Easy credit ripoffs. Name of the show. What is it?
I can't. I don't know.
It's familiar.
Ain't we lucky we got 'em? Put it up there. Good times.
Good times. Yeah. JJ Walker.
That's
He's
right.
another guy that went big time, right? And he made himself too big for the show, and everyone got mad at him.
Doesn't he date Amy Coulter now? The guy from Good
Really?
Times? Yeah.
No, I think they went on one date. I don't think that.
No. I think they're a couple. I'm not kidding. They are so.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to go with the one date. They went out for pizza like one time.
Maybe this is like my Marcia story.
I know, exactly.
I'm just gonna
Brian,
keep eating.
come and
If
knock
I
on
run out
our
of alcohol, I'm
door.
gonna
We've
keep
been waiting
eating.
for you.
Oh, I know.
It's a lovable hers and his.
Wait. Come on, knock on my door.
We've been waiting for you.
I'm gonna write it in case.
Rachel, can you believe Brian's having trouble with this one? It's right in the Brian Kilmeade demographic.
Totally.
The Regal Beagle.
Come on.
Oh, Three's Company.
Three's Company.
Come
Come and dance on our floor. Is that a metaphor for something? Come and dance on our floor. Okay, Lara, just sit right back and you'll hear a tale. A tale of what? What do you hear a tale of? How funny is this, guys? This is truly someone who.
My kids like to watch this one too, by the way. This is a great retro one to play for the kids. Clean, fun, nice.
A 3-hour tour, Lara. A 3-hour tour, but it wasn't a 3-hour tour. It was a show that took place for many seasons. The weather started getting rough.
The
Tiny ship was tossed.
The Professor and Marianne.
I think Rachel should get this point because I should know this, but obviously my children didn't want this, and this was before we had television in Africa.
Wait a second. I'm on the Jimmy Walker story.
Yeah.
And it turns out Ann Coulter again denies
I really
romance
did not
with
watch
Jimmy
this
J.J.
show.
Walker.
Yeah.
That is 2018, January 31st, 2018.
I'm waiting on you, Tom. You gotta tell me I've got nothing.
Here on Gilligan's Island.
Yeah, no, didn't watch that. I have heard of it, but didn't watch it.
Good. It's a good one. It's a good one. It's a good, you know what it is, Lara? It's a good coronavirus lockdown thing to binge on?
There's nothing good about the coronavirus lockdown. Nothing.
No,
Nothing
but
good.
you're gonna binge watch Gilligan's Island. Cheer you up.
Rachel, keep Manhattan. Just give me that countryside.
Oh gosh, I like the lyrics.
Keep Manhattan. Just give me that countryside.
Can I have one more line?
I mean, that lyric encapsulates the whole theme of the show.
Okay. Let me
If I sang, I'll tell you this: if I sang the chorus, I would be singing the name of the show, so I can't do that.
Okay. Keep that country.
Fresh air, Times Square. Okay, Rachel, I'm gonna. The next thing I say, you have to say it in rhythm. Okay.
Okay.
Dun 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 dun.
Dun, 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 waiting for you. No, that's
She's on the last song. Lara, what is it? Dun 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 dun. Fresh air. What's the name?
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
What?
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
No, it is not. Brian,
Green
do you know the
Acres.
song?
Green Acres.
Green Acres. Is
Oh
the
gosh,
place.
Green Acres. Yeah.
That is so funny. But guys,
So
get out your pens for the final question.
just so you
Everyone's
know,
gonna
the
answer.
latest story in 2020, Jimmy Walker says he was
Brian and
never
I
friends
did
with
do our
Ann Coulter.
charades.
he
Yeah,
said
movie.
he's not even friends with her.
Not even friends with her. He
They
also says he never talked to Esther Williams on the show when he was on Good Times.
Yeah, well, he was on. I interviewed him on Red Eye, and he was. People forget because he's Jimmy Walker now, and he's just people forget he was the biggest comedian in the country at the time. Like
Yes.
he was. You had like Fonzie, and then you had Jimmy Walker, Dynamite. He was so big, it's unbelievable.
And he never really recovered. That's why I'm so glad I haven't had a lot of success, because he never can really flame out if you never really caught fire.
Right. It's a steady climb. Steady climb,
Yes.
guys. Get out your pens for the final question.
That's good advice, right?
Thank
I'll
you.
pass that on to my kids.
I'm going to make that a Hallmark card.
Don't aim too high.
Write it down, guys. Get your Sharpies on the paper. Here's
Okay.
the
Is
this
lyric.
it?
Here's the lyric, okay?
All right.
Thank you for being a friend.
Oh,
Travel down a road and back again.
that's so easy and so good. Missed that show.
Damn it.
Do you know why I know this? The answer, I won't say what it is, but the reason I know is because, I'm the daughter of a very strict Catholic mom, and when all my friends were out on Saturday, guess what I was doing?
Yep.
Mhm.
You were watching that
Downtown
show.
Abbey?
Show on a Saturday night.
Studying prices in supermarkets.
Yes. Preparing for the prices right.
I'd
So,
say the courtship. Can I tell you what I think it is?
what do you think
By
it
the
is,
way,
Brian?
It's Esther Roll, not Esther Williams. That other person
That's
from
right.
Fox keeps helping me. All right.
Esther Roll.
Yeah.
So, what do you think it is, Brian?
Courtship
Thank
of Betty's father.
I can't hear Brian.
Courtship of Eddie's father. Interesting that you think that because let me tell you about my best friend. But no, thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Hold them up, everybody. Hold them up high. Rachel, put it up close. I want to see it.
Oh, damn it,
Yeah,
the Golden Girls.
Golden Girls. That's right. Thank you for
That's
being a friend.
Travel down the
Damn
road
it.
back again.
I timed my beer so well. I'm not even done with my pint yet. Brian, did you get through all 3 beers?
He didn't even get through one.
No, yeah, I did. Here's the first one.
All
I
right.
got
Here's
through
the
half
second
a tub of
one.
guacamole, a double blood orange margarita.
Here's the
I'll
first
finish
one.
up.
I love that place for making the cocktail for you, Lara. Let's plug that restaurant again. What's their name?
Auguste's on
Auguste's.
San Antonio Street, run by Dawn and her husband, who, by the way, is Thai. And Thai Tuesdays at Auguste's are they're like a national event in this town.
That
That is
sounds
great.
awesome.
Wow. So you don't have any liquor in your house. You have to actually go out and get liquor.
Can you get a
She can't hear me.
margarita and
She
eat
still
Thai
can't
food
hear me,
at
right?
Auguste's?
It's true. We did the whole show, and Lara hasn't been able to hear Brian the whole time. I can't believe it.
The
But
entire time. I've been lip reading.
I gave
And at
our
this point,
judges
what I-
time to add up the scores So we are ready to announce who came in first.
Last.
Are we just gonna go like right to Hannity? How long have we been on the air?
Yeah, this is where.
Is this Laura Ingram?
Wouldn't it be great? Yeah, if I handed it off to Laura Ingram now. Okay.
Yeah, this is the perfect moment. Thanks, Brian. I agree.
Oh my gosh. I can't even believe it. This was a photo finish.
Really?
This was a photo finish, even though Lara lost her microphone. She lost her earpiece. You can go find it, Lara. Lara came in. Lara with 5.5 points. So you got 5.5, Lara. Rachel Campos-Duffy with 9 points.
Good job,
9
Rachel.
points. But rocking the house with 9.5 points, Brian Kilmeade.
Wow.
Good
Are you
job,
kidding?
Brian.
Brian got
that
9.5.
I didn't feel like I got
That was
any right.
abysmal.
I feel like this has been missed.
Right.
It was.
I thought Rachel won hands down.
Rachel just, she checked out. She said, I've had enough of this. I am off. I think she might have hit a button and she went dark. But guys, this was a great, I think this was my favorite happy hour yet. I hope you guys had a good time.
Take that, Deucey.
Yeah.
You're just being kind. This is the part when all those nasty people online say celebrities should stick to doing their jobs and not trying to be on contested shows because they show how stupid they are.
That's why I don't read the comments. I just like to, because the thing about it is, these shows get such high numbers on Facebook Live, and it really does. People love watching them. But yeah, don't look at the comments because they're all snarky, and you don't need to read them.
Yeah, I go through my life not caring what people
popular
think.
culture. What can I say?
Exactly. Like I said yesterday when we signed on here to get to do a kind of a rehearsal for this technology here, and I said, "Hey Brian, you were trending on Twitter today," and he said, "Oh, that's always a bad sign."
It's never good. It's never like, what a
Brian,
genius.
this is when we break out into a rendition of "You Are the Champion of the World."
That's it.
And you'll go on fighting till the end.
Why don't we?
Time for losers. You are the champion of the world.
I got to say that I have to thank my friend Mike from Massapequa and my friend Joel from Fox because they were supportive of me along the way. Now, their answers were a little late because I think we're on delay.
Yeah.
But they were very supportive.
So we'll tell that.
A lot of viewers.
I'm going to message Rachel and say that she really won, but Brian did it with help. And Lara, who cares if you got a 5.5? I mean, you grew up on the other side of the world.
Right.
You don't have to make excuses for my complete and abject failure at anything to do with popular culture, which everyone who knows me knows that I suck at that.
Well, you're good at everything else, Lara. Thanks for being here, guys. That's it. That's our show. That's our 45-minute show that lasted like an hour and 15 minutes.
Do you roll credits or do we just hit ourselves out? Do you roll credits? Do you want to thank anybody?
I don't roll credits, but maybe Rich, my producer, has some kind of musical outro or whatever. But you can just click the sign off anytime, guys. Thanks for joining us. Our massive online.